Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be the last video regarding sexual assault because it's the last Sunday of April already. So in this video, I have some advice for you regarding if you are going through sexual assault, how you can cope and heal, or if you know someone who's going through sexual assault, how you can help them cope and heal. So first I'm going to start with, if you are going through sexual assault, what are the things that you can do to help you heal and to help you grow? The first thing that I recommend you do is to tell someone. I know this can be very hard to do, trust me, I know, because once you tell someone, it makes it real. It makes what happened to you reality. And that is very hard for people to admit, that what happened actually happened. And that was really hard for me to admit, because it took me 3 years to even say what happened to me. So this one, I highly recommend you tell someone, somebody that you trust with all your heart. Person could be your parent, it could be a best friend, a therapist. It just needs to be someone, because if you keep this in, it is going to destroy you from the inside out, like it did me. And I do not want anything like that to happen to anyone. It's just a horrible feeling to know that you're just being destroyed from the inside out. Because once you're destroyed on the inside, it's very hard to get back to where you were, and it just shows on the outside. As soon as it makes it to the surface, everyone will know that something really bad has happened. So please tell someone. It can even be a diary. You're telling something, but you just need to tell your story so that it does come to reality, because without it being in reality, you won't be able to make progress or heal on it. And telling someone in therapy, it's going to be confidential. So if you're not ready to tell your family or friends about it, go to a therapist or a sexual advocate. There are tons of people out here in our communities that are there for you for these reasons. If you are a child and you're going through this, tell your teacher. Tell somebody that you can trust, an authority figure that you can trust, that you know they're going to help you. Because you are not alone. People who are in your life are there to help you. So if you're not ready to tell someone that you know necessarily, then I would tell a therapist, because it will be confidential. They will not repeat it to anyone. Unless you are a child, they have to report that. But it still is going to give you help. But you just need to tell someone. But therapy is another option to tell somebody, or a sexual advocate, because that's what they're there for, if you're not ready to tell your family just yet. Going back to writing in your journal, if you're not ready to tell your family, write down how you're feeling. Write down your story. Write down any experiences that you've had since it happened in a journal or a notebook or something that you can read on, and really see the gravity that it's having on your mental health. Because if you're holding this in, it could have consequences in the future. And I really don't want anyone to ever think about suicide because they don't have anyone to tell. So please just do something. Tell someone. Write down something. If you're going through your healing process, start reading those books that I mentioned in the last video, or read any other materials that you think could help you. Listening to other people's stories just makes it clear that you're not alone and you're not going through this. A song by Lady Gaga, actually watching her video, just like, it helped me a lot, because she's been through this, and a lot of celebrities have been through this as well. Like, everyone, it's sad, but a lot of people go through sexual assault, so you are not alone. There's tons of people out there who feel what you feel and who have been what you've been through. So there's tons of resources out there that people have made to help, and to help people cope. For this one is going to the authorities, like police. If you want to press charges, go with someone you trust. Try not to do this alone, because it is very hard to go through this alone, especially when you're at the police station. Go with a parent or a friend. I'm not sure if a therapist would go with you, but a sexual assault advocate would. They are required sometimes, if you're ready to press charges, to aid you in the process. So definitely reach out. If you are wanting to press charges, then I recommend you press charges as soon as possible. It's a horrible feeling to feel alone and to feel like no one's there for you which isn't the case. There's always someone who's there for you, and you just may not know that yet. And lastly, I would express your hurt in different mediums. For me, it was writing my poem. For an artist, it could be painting how they're feeling. This is also another medium I'm using, is filming how I'm feeling. I'm expressing my hurt through filmography and videography. You can express it through photography, through cooking, through sewing. There's so many different things that you can do to take your pain and turn it around into something beautiful. So find something that works for you and change your pain into beauty. Now, if you know someone who is going through this, these are some tips that can help you aid them in this situation, but not overpower them, because they need to be the forefront of the issue. So this is just tips and advice that you can do, or you can have in your pocket just in case you encounter someone who's going through this. The first and most important thing is to believe their story and respect it. There are a lot of people who have friends or family members when they tell that they don't believe them, and you need to believe them. It's very, very, very rare that when a story comes out, it was made up by the person. It happens. It does happen, which is unfortunate. But majority of these stories are real. These happen to people. So believe them. Respect them. Believe that they're not saying something that's a lie or just something they made up to make another person suffer. You can see the hurt and pain in people's eyes. You can tell when something has changed in their life. You know, they may not come around as often. They may not do the same things that they used to do. They may just seem off. And you should know then that something is off with them. So even if it's just asking, like, are you okay? Or did something happen? You can see in their face if something did or didn't happen. Another way is just to support them in any way you can, whether this be go to like their therapy appointment, like go inside with them, but like sit outside waiting for them to come out of their therapy appointment. Go to the hospital and help them through a rape kit test. Go to the police with them so they can make a statement. Support them when they're telling their families if they want you to be there for that. Just support them in any way you can. Be patient, especially if you have never gone through something like this. It's very hard for people to come out and say what happened to them. So you already know, like in your mind, oh, if this was me, I'd do this, but it's not you. It's somebody else, and everyone experiences things differently and everyone does stuff differently. So just be patient with them. Just show love and support and just be patient. And lastly, and this is probably one of the other most important things, is to never force someone to tell their story, because that's their story to tell. That's not your story. It's their story to tell. So give the survivor the means of telling their own story. So I hope these tips and I hope these advice give you some more clarity about sexual assault and how you can help someone or how you can help yourself. And thank you guys for watching and listening to my story, listening to my advice. And I just want to again iterate that we are not alone. We're in this together. We are some strong women, children, and men. And we're going to get through this. At whatever cost, we are going to get through this. So if you need to reach out to me or anyone, please reach out. Thank you guys for watching.